Okay, so real quick, I just want to put this out there that today's July 8th, 2026. And about 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, definitely within the past 5 years ago, I emailed the Bucks County Public Prosecutor's Office and told them that I'm willing to turn over state's evidence to talk about the crime that I feel as though has been committed against my son. And I heard no response from the prosecutor's office. I told them about Leo. I explained to them that this is not the first time. So the the prosecutor's office has a lot of the information I've already been talking about on my videos. So Bucks County has been notified my willingness to apprehend and to just go over the information that I have about the court reporter. Bucks County knows about this, so this is no secret. So I can tell you for a fact that Leo, when I first met him, Leo Korda-Sola, I'm not sure which one he goes by, but he was on his second surgery. He was an infant. He was an infant puppy with his first uh, accident with her negligence. The second time surgery with Leo, it was because, again, of her negligence. Now, what I found out is I Googled, because I do try to do my research, and I said, do veterinarians have to report suspicious behavior or actions or whatnot? They are not a reporting agency. They do not have to report the one, two, three suspicious before Josh was born. Uh, so as far as I know, before Josh was born, well, no, I know for a fact when I first met Leo, he had a cone over his head, and he had shaved skin. He had new sutures, and it was a very fresh wound when I first met him. That was March 2000. So he was on his second of two mysterious injuries. Now, like I said, I Googled do veterinarians have to report abuse? No, it's voluntary. So they're not must report, a mandated kind of agency. However, this was all done before my phone calls to the child abuse hotline. That was before I found out that the doctor called and that got covered up to report the suspected abuse. So there was a track record before my son was born. Now, she was married to Peter Korda. What happened with his six daughters that he has? Why didn't they stay together? How come she couldn't get along with any of his daughters? I don't know. Were mysterious things happening then? Let's talk to Peter Korda and find out exactly what happened. Let's talk about when he recalls Leo's first accident, because I wasn't there for that. I didn't have the pleasure of meeting Mr. Peter Korda back then, other than hello and goodbye, some boxes, and giving off her brand new BMW, which she got from her settlement from her second husband, who earned six figures a year and who was a lawyer in Manhattan, who knows how the law and the systems that go. And she became a court reporter so she can understand the laws and the things and how systems go. So she had all of this information. Leo was her test subject. What was happening with Peter Korda didn't work out. Okay, she was married before that. That didn't work out. Then she has a child with me. That's not working out. She had a problem with Leo. She had a problem with Josh. She had a problem before Josh was born, during Josh was born, and after Josh was born, and then so on. So Bucks County was informed of this. So her saving grace was the fact that the veterinary's office is not a mandated reporting agency. Did they? I don't know. Could they have? I'm not sure. But the facts are the facts. Why were there so many mysterious issues before my son, with my son, and then after my son? So this is the root. This is his concussion, his TBI, his traumatic brain injury, that baby brain hitting the ground and not getting up and falling unconscious for how long, nobody knows. How long was that baby out for? How long was he laying on the floor before she did anything? And she knows medical procedures. You don't lift up somebody with a head injury. You don't turn them over. He had a head and neck injury. He hit his head. He hit his eye, his forehead, his neck. I mean, thank God it wasn't that. It was severe. The actual incident was severe. What I'm saying is, I'm glad he hasn't suffered traumatically because of it. Doesn't exchange the fact that with his background, with his history, the fact that from beginning, from after that happened, he had head problems, ear problems, throat problems, allergy problems, all these things that happened as a result of these accidents that happened that went undealt with. That's why I make the video, because I'm not talking, these are facts. These are actual true facts. But the fact that Bucks County knows, they know I've offered to give them all of the information I've been putting out on video for all of this time, and they have refused no. 2007, I called the child abuse hotline. They said no. Since then, every police phone call, they said no. Every report, every protection I needed with Josh, no. No, no, no. There has been no protection for him from them at once, not even a conversation about any of these things. So as far as Bucks is concerned, they lay quiet because they don't know a thing. But they have been informed by me on several occasions to talk to me about, let's talk about what the right thing to do is for the boy who could have an aneurysm and die in any day. What's the right thing to do? So the right thing to do is, I know he has memory loss. I know he has medical problems. I know these things for a fact because I know. I know he suffers memory loss. I know he's got issues with communication and with possibly speech too. There's a few things. His headaches can't get confirmed. His being sensitive to light can't get confirmed. The fact that he hasn't had an MRI or CAT scan, I cannot get that done. So this is why I make the videos. The boy needs to know his status. And that's a right. That's an American right to know your status.